So I mean, this new movie is coming out, Fukatsu no F, Rebirth of F, or Revival of F, and how it's going to be called in America. This thing,
Well, actually, I think in America they're taking the F out.
oh yeah,
I
it's going
think
to be
it's just
Revival
called
of Frieza.
Revival.
Oh,
No, it's just
Revival,
yeah,
like Arrival.
exactly.
Is
Like,
that
well,
parallel the Funimation
that
movie?
was GT. Yeah, wasn't Arrival? No, that was a GT Dragon Ball GT um, DVD name
Yeah,
series
well,
name.
yeah, yeah, saying Arrival. No, wait, yeah, yeah, it was. It was like Arrival. They did do Arrival again for GT when it released on DVD. Those the rock
Yeah,
with the rock music.
yeah, yeah.
It was like, oh my god, I couldn't stand that. I hate. I like GT. Look, I'm the only one who will ever say that I liked GT because it was fun, but it wasn't Dragon Ball. It was like something. It was like it could have stood alone on its own thing,
Yeah,
on its own two legs rather, as a series separate from Dragon Ball. But I think that right now, if you look at what Toriyama's doing with Revival of F, he's, I mean, basically, and we understand, and like, don't get us wrong. Me and Individual 11, we understand that canon is canon. I'm like, okay, fine. Like, we'll give it that in the manga, and we tried to look for it. Frieza was nowhere to be seen after he was killed by Trunks in hell.
yeah,
Like, he was
exactly.
nowhere to be seen. So, okay, I'll give it that. I'll give it that. But you can't also just, like, you can't also forget about the filler of the anime.
Yeah,
You just
because it
can't do it.
exists. It
It
exists, and it was licensed, and it was considered to be real. And the only reason that it's in question now is because Toriyama decided to go back and
Yeah.
make Kai.
Yeah.
And then the argument comes up, oh well, Kai is canon because it follows the manga, and the original Dragon Ball Z anime is not. And it's like, but you can't. But really, as our investigation has revealed, the only reason Kai exists is to cover his damn tracks.
It is.
Because this Joker got loopholes, and now he's like, crap. Well, let me just, if I redo Kai, then I have a good excuse to say, yeah, well, that wasn't canon.
Exactly. Yeah, because he didn't wanna remember a lot of the stuff that went into the filler of the anime. But like, you can't turn manga into an anime that had already been an anime, because when the filler was made inside of the episode, they were made inside of the story arc. The main story arcs.
Yeah,
It wasn't like a side quest. Like, let's say Garlic Jr. could have been a side quest. You could say
yeah,
that.
it
But
was. And have
but
did
it's
you
not.
actually ever rewatch that mess? It's kind of
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. I mean,
It's totally like offbeat from Dragon Ball Z, considering that the
yeah.
whole. Because went back and rewatched it, like, dang, like the pacing is weird, the dialogue's weird, but anyway.
Yeah. Kiss my boats. It is kind of weird. Um, but even still, I say that even though it's a filler thing, it happened, and it shows progress. It shows like Gohan's progress and Krillin's progress,
Right.
and actually takes a break from it being all Goku.
And it's kind of like, but is it really filler? Because the movie, The Dead Zone,
Mm.
existed, but it wasn't the same people who made it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, well, so okay, you could say the Dead Zone movie was filler,
Yeah.
or was not canon, but then the anime comes in and validates the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It kind of doesn't make sense, because it's Toriyama saying one thing and then doing another, because he's like all the movies are not canon. At one point, that's what he said. They're not canon. They're just whatever. And then you can see that there are differences in the movies. And of course, I mean, not to take them seriously, just take it lightly. It's entertainment. It's Dragon Ball. It's anime. But even still, it's a confusion. And I remember talking to somebody a long time ago, and them saying basically that they only watch the movies. They've never seen the show.
Dang.
So their perception of Dragon Ball is completely different than ours, or somebody who read the manga. Now, if you read the manga and you're saying, no, it's canon, whatever, fine, okay, I agree with that. I agree that the manga is the canon. But when you make an anime, it's different. It has to be different to fill the episode because it's 22 minutes besides the bumpers and the commercials. And the intros and ending. That you have to fill that time. So like you were saying today, you were watching Kai, and you were in an episode where it was Vegeta versus Final Form Frieza for the first time. And they cut in the original episode. They ended the episode when Vegeta was getting the upper hand, and there was more to the fight than there was in the manga. But in the manga, they cut the chapter right in the middle, so you thought Vegeta was getting the upper hand if you read the manga first, or even if you watched the Toonami broadcast first.
But when it comes to Kai, it's so messed up, and again, because it destroys the pacing. So essentially what you have is Vegeta getting revived after being blasted in the chest, challenging Frieza, powering up, big display of lights and everything, and then he attacks Frieza, and you've got 3 seconds of him attacking Frieza, and then Krillin's like, oh man, he's got Frieza on his heels, Vegeta could win, and then within another 2.5 seconds, Piccolo's like, no, he's done for, and it's like, wait, what? And then within another 2 minutes, Vegeta Frieza just shows that he's faster than Vegeta. Vegeta loses all hope, and then Frieza just starts beating up on Vegeta, all within the same episode.
Yeah.
And
there's no suspense.
There's no suspense. There's no build up to anything, because it's like, well, it's just one continuous. If you watch those episodes all together, it's just one continuous failed attempt to match Frieza's power level.
Yeah.
But if you watch the original anime, or indeed read the manga, it's, every time when Frieza first transformed in his first one, and then Piccolo shows up.
Right.
Piccolo fights him for a whole episode, and it really establishes, hey, Piccolo is as strong as this guy.
Yeah, he's a super Namek.
Exactly. And then Frieza transforms one more time.
Right.
And it's like, oh crap, now Frieza's got power and speed. But then Gohan comes up in a rage and blasts him. And we're like, wait a minute, maybe Gohan got some power. And then Vegeta's like, wait, I gotta get blasted too. This is crazy. So Frieza transforms, Vegeta gets blasted, revives, and then he fights Final Form Frieza for a whole episode, and it looks like he's gonna win. And that establishes all of these characters' power levels.
Exactly.
So we realize, okay, they're getting stronger, and it's not just, some throwaway character who can't beat anybody and only Goku can win.
Right.
But then that's what happens in Kai. And that's what I don't like about Kai. It makes everyone's out to be more useless than they originally were, and the only person who's got any ability to beat anybody is Goku.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, if you look at the trailer for Revival of F, you see the Gohan. Supposedly, this guy is
the effeminate Gohan.
Yeah, he went toe to toe with Majin Buu, Super Buu, and it was one point when right after Super Buu absorbed Piccolo and he absorbed the kids, Trunks and Goten, and when they were fused, when they unfused, Goku said, "Oh, it's over because I know Gohan could take you out." That was Gohan, and he looked pumped, and he looked like an adult, and now they're drawing him like a sissy. He looks like a freaking kid. Again.
He looks like how Goten looked at the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Except without the crazy hair.
Exactly. And now supposedly there's a shot of him getting beat by somebody. Now,
ridiculous. This is Mystic freaking Gohan.
Yeah. He didn't have to go Super Saiyan to go toe to toe with Buu. He was stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku at one time in normal form. So it's like where the heck, how did he drop off so much? And like I heard another YouTuber say about how they were the characters usually like they pump up and then they drop off, and then that's how it is regularly. But not really.
Except for Vegeta, never happened to
Vegeta
him.
keeps going, but he got Zenkai boost because they get like the Saiyans get hurt and then
That's true, yeah.
they get power.
But Piccolo never did that either. Piccolo maintained his power level.
Yeah, he did up until when Supreme Kai and him were in the ring, and he looked at him and he's like, I can't beat Supreme Kai. Piccolo kind of got scared about life at that point. He just contemplated suicide because basically he was just didn't do anything after that. All he was like a mentor to other people. So like in the Buu saga, Piccolo was nothing.
Yeah.
So he just mentored everybody else. But I don't know. And I think like other people say like, oh yeah, this new movie is going to be great because it's going to show how like the other Z fighters can get together and fight against Frieza's men. But these Frieza's men are like, you're going back to like the 90s. You know, it's like these people are wasted.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be nobody close to being strong enough to challenge Krillin other than like main villains.
Yeah.
Cause like Krillin got mad power boost. Krillin was strong from
He's the strongest human.
Yeah, he's the strongest human. He's stronger than Tien, stronger than Yamcha. Then you got Piccolo, who was a super Namek, as strong as Super Saiyan. He was as strong as Super Vegeta.
Yeah.
Like strong enough to beat Cell's level 2. And then he went in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, he increased his power further.
Right. So then I just don't get it. It's like these regular people, unless you are Frieza or Cell or some crazy new villain, you ain't supposed to be strong enough to beat the regulars. And then Goku ain't supposed to be there. I want to know, why is Goku alive?
Which one? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, he came back. He came back after after Buu Saga. That's right.
Yeah, he did. The Kai that was inside of the.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Elder Kai gave
life.
his life. Yeah, that's right.
And then he's like, you better go save Gohan.
Yeah, that's right. But it's kind of crazy.
It is. But the point of the whole thing is that, when we first saw, because we read the manga, we read the first chapter of Rebirth of F, and read that manga, it was like, wait a minute, Mecha Frieza in hell? So we went back and we tried to find in the manga where it showed Frieza final form in hell, like regular Frieza without mecha or anything, and they don't show it. So that
right,
kinda,
not in the manga.
Yeah, not in the manga at all.
But it just destroys everything because the dragon summons back Frieza, but he can't put his body back together.
Right.
So he summons him back in like chopped minced meat.
Yeah.
And then they gotta heal him in a healing chamber. It make no blasted sense.
And supposedly like Frieza can live through all that. Supposedly. Well, he did after Namek was blown up, but he was in a chunk. He was like, he wasn't in pieces. His brain wasn't like chopped up too bad.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole left side of his face was almost missing, but he still had half his brain. That could have controlled something. And then come the cybernetic enhancements, which are like, computer enhancements and
exactly
android enhancements, and then that kind of set off the android saga.
And that's the other thing, it doesn't make any sense. So he gets revived, but he gets revived as Mecha Frieza. Why not revive him full on? When the dragon revived Tien, he brought his arm back.
Yep, he did. Now you might have the argument that, this is Dende's dragon because it's not too powerful.
But
so
it is more powerful.
Yeah, it should be.
Because it gave him 2 wishes.
Exactly, because there's 2 wishes. It should be more powerful. It should be able to do that. Or, I mean, if Frieza's men knew what Frieza was doing on... They must have known what Frieza was doing on Namek. So, they were after the new... In the manga, they're after the new Namek. And then they couldn't find the new Namek, so they settled for Earth? It's like, wait a minute. It's common knowledge where the new Namek is now.
It should be.
Yeah. So they could have gone to Porunga, and Porunga would have been able to do anything they wanted. And plus, there's nobody to protect new Namek anymore.
Exactly.
So it would have been a better place for them to do it. There's just a hole in this story. That's it.
There is. And
there's
he's
like
trying to cover it up by
Yeah, and
doing
then
Kai and taking out all the filler